they shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we shall remember them, lest we forget. Hello everyone. If I seem a little solemn today, that's because today here in Australia is ANZAC Day. A day where we take the time to remember and think back on the brave men and women who have fought and died in wars. What you first heard was what was called the last post. And it is something that services countrywide do now in commemoration of these services, of these soldiers. But unfortunately, because of this virus, dawn services around the country have been cancelled or even just closed off to the public. There have been people who decided it was a good idea to sit in their drive or stand in their driveways for a minute of silence, or hold a candle and even watch one of the dawn services live. But I thought I could do something a bit different. So here before me I have ingredients and utensils and all of that I will be needing to make what's called an ANZAC biscuit. And ANZAC biscuits are called that because they were made by wives and women back home to send to their soldiers. The ingredients kept well and they were perfect for travel. So that's what we'll be making today. So let's get started. Here I have my recipe book, and in it says 2 cups of buckwheat flour or even quinoa flakes. I have quinoa flakes here. The original recipe for ANZAC biscuits is rolled oats, but rolled oats are not suitable for celiacs or those with a gluten-free diet. But so as a substitute for rolled oats, I'm using quinoa. Next, I've got half a cup plus an extra 20 grams of butter in this. And it's an extra 20 grams because quinoa flakes are very dry in comparison to rolled oats. This will help. Here I have half a cup of desiccated coconut. Half a cup of gluten-free self-raising flour, and half a cup of raw sugar, which keeps sliding around. You'll also be needing a pinch of salt, maple syrup, a tablespoon of maple syrup. I've got my tablespoon measurer here. I have a small spatula to scrape things out, especially the butter. We're using a larger spatula to press things down, and of course a whisk. We'll also be needing a large bowl and a prepared pan. You'll also be wanting a saucepan. Now that we know what we have, before I begin, I'm going to do this one thing. And this is to all those veterans out there. So in memory of you, I light this candle, which will burn brightly throughout this entire video. Just know, ANZACs, that we are here for you. We stand beside you and behind you. We are there for you. All right, Now that is lit, let's go do this. So first thing you'll want to do is take your big bowl. Just gonna roll this out of the way. You'll be taking your big bowl and you're mixing all of your dry ingredients together. So in goes your raw flour, coconut, it's not even behaving for me. Getting stuck to the bottom of the bowl. Your self-raising flour, whatever flakes or rolled oats you'll be using, and of course your pinch of salt. I'm just going to wing this. That was a bit much. That's all right. So that is all your dry ingredients. So you're just going to grab your whisk, and whisk until well combined. It's not going to be very hard. That's well combined already. That wasn't very hard. So we'll be popping that off to the side. Now we're going to jump over to the stove with our saucepan, our butter and maple syrup, and we're going to just put it all together and wait until the butter has melted. This is on a medium heat. I have my tablespoon here and we'll be stirring. So while that is quickly melting, what we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven to 160 to 170 degrees Celsius. Just remember, mine is fan forced. My oven is fan forced. So you might want a bit higher, like about 10 degrees higher for your oven if it's not fan forced. So keep that in mind. Alright, well that is finished. That is absolutely beautiful. You probably can't see it, but that is absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so then we grab this. I like making a bit of a well, makes things a little easier. We'll be pouring this, our wet ingredients, into our dry and mixing very well. You want all of your flakes covered in the long run. So in it goes. Now with your whisk, cover everything very well. Well, you'll see that I have a lot of my stuff inside my whisk, so I'm just going to poke it all out. There we go, it's all out. Now we have our mixture. What we're going to do is we're going to basically flat pack it into this thing, your prepared pan. And you'll want to tie it down. In it goes. Now we're going to spread this out and pack it down solid. It's got to be really packed down. It's not loose, it's not any of that. It's packed down and very evenly. Try and get as even as you can. That is looking good. This is what you want it to look like. It is flat pack. It is very packed in there. It's looking really good. So now I just gotta wait for the oven to finish preheating. I put it in for about 20 minutes because, yeah, it might take a little bit longer because it's not rolled oats. Usually you'd want it in for maybe about 15 minutes. But yeah, I'm putting it in for that little bit extra longer. We have this. Our oven has finished preheating. Let's put it in there. Alright, now that has been set. I'm going to say this now while it's baking. In the description, there will be links to sites of which you can learn more about the ANZACS. It's definitely worth learning about. They're a big part of Australian history. And they are the reason why Australia has such a free life now. So, thank you to the ANZACS. Thank you to the Sons of ANZACS. So these things, the ANZAC biscuits are now ready to come out. Once they do, you'll be taking your knife. I'm using a larger one because it's easier to hold. And you will be cutting into it immediately. If you let it cool first, then they're not going to cut very nicely at all. So I have my mat here. Look at that. Doesn't it look very different? But you can hear it sizzling. All right. I'm just going to cut it into fours. I'm going to cut them into fours. No. I'm going to cut them into fourths. So what? Down the center. You don't want to go gung-ho, otherwise it's just not going to cut properly. So that's what it should look like first for your three set first cuts. 1, 2, and 3, giving you basically 4 bars. And now we turn it into squares. They're doing the same thing. All right. Look at that, nice and beautiful and cut. This is what it should look like. And now we wait for it to completely cool in the tray. Don't take them out of the tray. Wait for them to cool in the tray, then we can take them out and serve. We'll leave them here. Now we wait. All right, so here is our final product. We're finished. So I forgot to mention as well at the very beginning, ANZAC is an acronym for Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. And these are the biscuits that were sent over to them from wives and women who stayed at home. So here is our final display. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It turned out well. And as promised, I kept that candle burning the entire time. I didn't blow it out to go away and let these things cool or anything. I just let it keep going. So, thank you all for watching. I have one favor, and that is simply to write "lest we forget" in the comments. Show that you support these ANZACs just as much as I do. Thank you, everyone.